Today we're testing Volvo's XC90 T8 hybrid. Earlier in the week we tried out the blue one, which was the T6, and that just has a 2-litre 4-cylinder gas turbo engine. That makes about 316 horsepower. This one has two engines. Well, it has a 2-litre gas turbo in the front, and then in the back there's an electric motor. You can drive it on pure EV range. We got about 20 miles driving around DC. Does about 25 miles to gallon on the freeway, which is pretty good. What I don't like about it is it only has a single USB port, and the USB port on this one is broken for some reason. I guess the owner's manual says that if there's a short circuit in the port, it shuts down, and there must be something in there jamming it, which means that we weren't able to use CarPlay on the drive up, which is a little bit annoying, but such is life. It has a self-parking feature. That in itself is actually not that new. Ford have been doing it for probably about 5 years. You've been able to get self-parking on Fords and other cars. We tried it just now here, and for some reason it'll only park on the right side, which I think is kind of a failing. You ought to be able to park on the other side. So it just wants us to drive past it. So you have to control the accelerator and brake, and it does the steering. So we're going to parallel park. We have to put it in reverse. We look around the vehicle, we see no one coming. Let's reverse slowly and prepare to brake, and then we're completely hands-free. Ooh. Oops! Be prepared to brake. Okay, I'm braked. Just gonna park here and I will go and put their lid back on their dustbin for them. And then as we were backing up, it decided not to stop at the curb and ran into a dustbin which was just back there, which was slightly embarrassing. Things I do like, the self-driving features on this are pretty cool. It has adaptive cruise control. As long as it can read the lanes on the street, it will keep you kind of in the center of the lane. It's not quite as clever as Audi's latest system or Tesla's, which do a really good job of keeping you in the center of the lane. This one bounces you off a little bit, but it does have traffic jam assist, which is excellent. So under 37 miles an hour, again, as long as it reads the lanes on the street and sees cars in front of you, if you're in a slow jam, you can go completely hands and feet free. It will bring you to a stop, it'll start you again, and it just paces you off the car in front. Although for safety's sake, you probably should keep your hands on the wheel. It's covered in sensors. The front here, it's got 4 little fisheye lenses. There's one at the front here, there's one in each wing mirror, and there's one at the back, which means when you park at low speeds, you get this 360-degree top-down view. So it's kind of like having your own personal drone tasked above you. Obviously, there are a whole load of ultrasonic sensors in the bumper, and there's radar. There's a camera up there which does the adaptive cruise control above the mirror. It's a 7-seater. There's quite a lot of room in it. The interior is quite nice. Volvo are going for this kind of Swedish interior design look. Again, I think the blue car that we had earlier in the week had the R design package, and that actually had carbon fiber. And I've never seen carbon fiber trim in a Volvo before. And I thought that was pretty neat. The seats are grippy. In fact, this has better seats than the BMW X5. Gigantic panoramic sunroof. That's kind of neat. There's all sorts of cubbies in there. It has a fold-up thing which you can put your shopping in. It'll hold the bags in place. It's neat. It has a refrigerated glove box. But if you need to keep stuff cold, basically pull that out and then it blows cold air in here. So if you stop for ice cream, it doesn't have to melt on the way home. This is part of the hybrid system. On the other version, the car's regular battery was here, but instead of being a lead-acid battery, that was also a lithium-ion battery. You can tell this is a hybrid because it has these orange cables, which is what the car industry now uses for high voltage. So if you're ever messing around under your car and you see an orange wire, that means danger, high voltage. It attracts a lot of attention. I've had various people stop me in traffic and ask what it was. I've had people come up when I've been stopped at a gas station, and they're always quite surprised that this is actually a Volvo, going all out there with style. It has these special headlights that they call Thor's hammer, which I guess is because the shape of it comes around here. So I suppose it's supposed to look like Thor's hammer. So what it's doing right now is the engine is charging, the engine is charging the battery, right? This little green arrow is heading there, and then the little battery thing is flashing. Because our battery is completely flat. And then this shows the energy use and the fuel economy over the last, this is per mile, and then you can look at it. That's over the last 10 miles, each one of those bars is now 10 miles, so that shows my drive up from DC. And then if you want to look at it from 100 miles, we've done, so average 22.7 mpg, which is not too bad on the freeway. It's not like, Prius or Volt levels of fuel economy, but this is a £5,000 SUV, so The point with this car really, because it's a hybrid, is that actually if you're doing short trips around town, you know, you can drive around on pure electric power. Certainly if you need to run to the grocery store and it's 2 miles away, you know, you don't ever even need to have the engine come on, which for a big SUV I think is good, because, you know, the planet doesn't like burning gas all the time, even if the Westboro Baptist people think it's a good idea. So the other neat thing, this also amused the hell out of my neighbors. Keep watching the screen. This giant disembodied hand.